What's up, YouTube? Today we are going to be talking about Bitcoin, market cycles, and going into the total market cap. So let's get right into this. I'm going to start off with Bitcoin because it is a beautiful chart right now. And I've really just broken it down into the most simple form that I possibly can, which is taking the market cycle and breaking it down to the most three important parts. So smart money being the area where institutional money and really intelligent retail investors start buying. And that was really when Bitcoin started to see a bottom formation after the 2015 consolidation period right here. And ever since that point, Bitcoin went parabolic. There was corrections along the way, usually about 30 or 40% corrections. But really, we were in a very, very strong bull market all through this period of time. So that was really exciting to be part of that and ride that move. And then 2018, we went to parabolic, started to reject off the 20,000 psychological resistance level. And on some leveraged exchanges, it actually went to 20,000. Here on Bitfinex, I believe we went to 19,888. So that's what you call a new paradigm. That's when everybody is like, oh, we've hit a new paradigm of markets. This is a market that can't drop. It just keeps going up. And everybody starts to invest right there. And of course, that causes a huge correction or bear market, and that lasted all through 2018. We finally capitulated when 6,000 or 5,900 to be precise failed, and that took us to about 3,200, and that's the depression phase of the market cycle. And since then, we've had a very, very nice rally. I went ahead and posted some charts on my TradingView around this time because I saw a huge opportunity to be buying Bitcoin. And after that rally, we went all the way up to the 9,000 level. So that was a really, really exciting move here. And people are probably wondering, what's going to happen next here? Why did Bitcoin move? What was behind this move and stuff like that? And really, to answer that question, it works kind of like a soda can. As the market keeps dropping and dropping and dropping, the pressure keeps building up because more and more buyers get shaken out until the smart money comes back in and pops the cap on that bottle and all the pressure comes out at once. And so that's really what resulted in this move. I don't believe that it was because of any specific news or anything like that. It's literally just money going in and money coming out, smart money coming in and dumb money leaving. So that's really what caused this move. Now in the smaller time frames, if we drop down into the 4-hour time frame, you'll start to see that we do have a potential head and shoulders pattern forming. So there's the left shoulder, there's the head, and here's the right shoulder. Now, whether this plays out or not, we do not know, because the way that the head and shoulder pattern works is you have a neckline. So this lower support level right here has to fail. So watch that really closely. If this lower support level fails, we could easily test some of these lower support levels before pushing higher. But I do not think that the bear market is going to come back. And the reason for that is just market cycle analysis. We're in the disbelief phase. There's hope, there's optimism, there's belief, there's thrill, there's euphoria, complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation, anger, and depression. And after the depression phase comes, a new cycle starts. And there usually is a little bit of a drop at the top of the disbelief phase, which is what we're seeing right now. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if Bitcoin goes ahead and pushes higher, because the drop after the disbelief phase is usually pretty small. So as far as this pattern goes, watch the neckline. If that fails, we're going to drop back down to support before pushing higher. And if resistance breaks right here, then of course we're going to continue on this trend. And you guys, this could take us pretty high. Whenever you're oversold as much as we were and still are in the big picture, you can reach all the way up to the 618 Fibonacci level. So from the bottom up, here's the 618 right here, which we just reached. We could even push to the 50% or the 382. And those are all potential possibilities for Bitcoin in this rally. It's a really great time to be taking long-term positions, especially if we get a little bit of a dip right here. That'd be excellent for any long-term buyers. But overall, I'm not going to jump the gun and say that the bear market is coming back. I've seen some charts on TradingView that looked kind of like this, where we pull this down and kind of move over here. And they were drawing an ABC correction like this, where this is the B wave, and then we'd go further down like that. But that just doesn't actually work. The reason that it doesn't work is because the subwaves of an ABC correction has to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what we see right here is not clear subwave structure for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, the waves are not consistent. This is clearly an ABC rather than a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 between the 2 and the 3 wave. And so that kind of invalidates that structure. It also just looks really janky. Like that's not a typical way that a market would move. So this to me is a WXY correction, or WXYXZ. And I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. So here's a WXYXZ correction, and this has all ABC subwaves, so very zigzag, and you can see it because it goes A, B, C, and then A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. And visually, you can tell that that's more likely to be a WXYXZ correction than a ginormous ABC correction like what some people on TradingView are calling. So I am big picture bullish on Bitcoin. I have been for a long time. And this move that we've seen recently just confirms the strength of this big picture trend for me personally. So I'm really excited about the future for Bitcoin because of this reason specifically. We've also had a lot of the altcoins popping off like crazy, so we'll run over that on CoinMarketCap real quick. Almost every single day we've been seeing an altcoin go up 40%. So that is really a sign that big money is coming back into the market because small players just can't move coins that much that quickly, especially if they have large market caps. And a lot of the coins that have been popping off have very, very big market caps. Chainlink, for example, is in price discovery mode. So that means it is reaching new all-time highs that it's never been at before. And once this starts, things can really, really go parabolic, as we saw with Binance, where once it broke that all-time high, the prices just kept going parabolic like that. And so this is really a sign that money is coming back in, there's interest, and a lot of the dead weight in the market has been shaken out. So there is plenty of room for movement on the upside. And Chainlink, in my opinion, is pretty early in its long-term cycle and could see a lot of growth in the future. As far as the total market cap goes, we have a similar situation as what's going on with Bitcoin. A potential head and shoulders pattern is forming, but we are watching this support level at about 241 billion and resistance at around 280 billion. If resistance is broken, we're obviously going to shoot higher. And if that support fails, I suspect that we test some of these lower support levels that were resistance along the way up, such as $180 billion. So as far as what you guys should probably be doing, This isn't investment advice. Anything I give on my channel is never investment advice. It's just my personal opinion. But this is a great time to be buying dips, accumulating, and thinking long term. What's going to happen through the rest of the year? What's going to happen through 2020? Because the crypto markets aren't going to leave forever, you guys. These are around for a reason. There's a lot of good potential uses for this technology, and they're not just going to magically disappear or vanish. So you guys, this is a time to be thinking, why and where am I going to be buying my Bitcoin? And the why should really be long-term growth in your life as far as finances go. And don't get stuck on that get rich quick thinking, because it will happen for you as long as you're not trying to get rich tomorrow or tonight. You know, if you're thinking, okay, I could get rich a couple years down the road, crypto is going to be the place that you will have the opportunity to do that if you play it correctly. Another sure sign that big money is coming back into the market is this volume. We just have volume that we hadn't even seen through the top of the 2017 cycle. And when billions, like hundreds, 300 billion right here, one of these days, 300 billion in volume, when that much money comes into the market, you know that something big is happening, you guys. And this is one of the sure signs for me that we have seen the end of this brutal correction that everybody lost quite a bit of money on through this period of time, or a lot of people did at least. And it's just nice to have that volume coming back in as confirmation. And overall, you guys, although that head and shoulders pattern is forming, I'm still bullish right now. The trend is on the upside in the shorter time frames, and in the really big picture, the trend is on the upside. So right now, I don't have really any reason to be bearish on the short term unless we have a support failure and that head and shoulder pattern kind of forms. You have to remember that little corrections happen along the way, and it's not something you want to get shaken out quickly just because there's a red day or panic or sell, you know. It's hard sometimes, especially if you got burnt because of the bear market. You might have a psychology of being careful or wanting to be really cautious. And it's good to be planned and controlled and not take a trade every 2 seconds, but don't be scared to trade. You know, scared money doesn't make money. So be aware that little corrections will happen along the way. Don't get shaken out. Just remember that the trend is in your favor right now, and the trend is your friend. And for anybody that's been wondering where I've been at lately, I didn't fall off a cliff and die. I have been extremely sick, and every time it started to go away, it would come back. Just sinuses, coughing, and not being able to focus, sleeping a lot, and it's just been kind of rough. So I apologize for the lack of videos lately, you guys. I just needed some time to sleep and let my body heal. I'm sure you can probably still hear a little bit in my voice, but I'm finally coming back from that and feeling better. And you know, we'll keep these videos coming along so you guys can be updated on what is going on in the markets. Let's just go ahead and pull up Chainlink as our top mover for the day. So this is a prime example of price discovery when you break a major resistance level like this. This dip would have been an amazing spot to be getting into Chainlink. I wouldn't buy it right this second. I'd wait for some type of a little dip again. But I think this one is headed for more of a long-term growth cycle. If you kind of zoom out and pull down, even though it looks really parabolic right now, you know, it could go up like this and little corrections along the way. It's got a big picture move setting up for Chainlink. So I'm really bullish on this coin specifically, and it's definitely one to watch. And if you're holding this, congratulations to you guys. It's always awesome to see my viewers making some money in the crypto markets. Litecoin is another coin that has just been doing phenomenally well. Everybody thought it was the top of the market right here, But anybody that's in my Discord group knows that I was calling for 130 per Litecoin, which we did go ahead and reach. It wouldn't surprise me if we push a little bit higher with this one. We just broke through this resistance level right here. So our next big resistance is around $170. And this is starting to look like it could be an extended fifth wave. So I wouldn't buy currently by any means, but it is a good time to start taking little selling actions, and if we push higher, take a few more selling actions. And if you are a buyer waiting to get in on this market, just go ahead and pull up your Elliott Wave tool, count very quickly that we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're making that fifth wave. So whenever that fifth wave completes, wait for that ABC correction to get in on this market, and that will be a great spot to be buying Litecoin near the bottom of the C wave for a long-term entry. Anyways, I appreciate and love all of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's videos. Expect more coming now that I'm feeling better and as my voice gets a little better too. But yeah, I hope you guys have been making good money in the markets and enjoying the beautiful crypto world that we live in. And I will see you guys in the next one. As always, stay profitable out there.